Okay, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, selamat petang everyone. Welcome to How I Do It session. If I'm not mistaken, ini siri yang ke-8 ya, if I'm not mistaken. So, first of all, I would like to thank Prof. Tong and his team for organizing this webinar session. So, for us today is about chit-chat session ya, Prof. Tong. Okay. Our topic today is virtual reality in medical education, potential and opportunity. So I'm sure we have a lots of questions in our mind in terms of how we can tap into this modality for teaching, or how to use virtual reality for therapeutic aspect or surgical planning, or even for research purposes. And some of us want to know what is virtual reality all about, yeah? What is the potential of virtual reality in medical education, yeah? Or I know something about VR and I have some idea to use VR for my module, yeah? But I'm not sure how to proceed. So ladies and gentlemen, today we are very fortunate to have two distinguished speakers to talk about this topic and to clear our doubts. Yeah. So let me introduce you. First speaker is Encik Ismawira Muhammad Ismail, soon to be Dr. Ismawira. He is an executive director of Integrasi Erat Sdn Bhd. So in short, IESB. Yeah. IESB is a leading ICT company in Malaysia. ISB involved in high performance computing, cloud, big data, learning management solution, virtual reality, and more. And Encik Wira will talk to us shortly about virtual reality, or what they have done, their future plan, yeah, and how to excel together. And our second speaker is Dr. Azrulhizam bin Shapi'i. He is a senior lecturer in the Center for Artificial Intelligence Technology in FTSM Bangi. His research activities are currently on serious games, virtual and augmented reality, image processing, and educational technology. So Dr. Azrul will be enlighten us on how to create a virtual reality and virtual reality module, and haptics technology. But before I invite them to speak, I think let us watch a short clip. Yeah, saya ada prepare a short clip on some of our project. Yeah. Can you all see my screen?
Can.
All right. All right. So guys, if you have any questions later on, you can ask our panel directly, or you can type it in chat room so I can read out it for you. All right. So without further ado, I would like to invite Encik Wira to kickstart this session. So Encik Wira, the screen is yours.
Okay, Dr. Hisham, let me share my screen first. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Basically, VR is not new basically it's not new lah. The first VR headset was introduced in 1960s by this guy called Morton Halik. It was called Telefear Mask. So basically, if we look at the potential of VR now, since then, it has a very huge potential. Okay, but today we are basically zooming into the medical education, the potential and the opportunity. So my name is Mohd Ismail. I'm the Executive Director of Integrasi Erat. So basically the outline, hopefully the outline meets to this topic. I'll probably do some company introduction, a short one, and then VR market overview, VR in healthcare, collaboration achievement, and sample business offering, so that we understand how we can basically adopt VR in the market. All right. So Integrasi Erat, we have been in the industry for since 2007. These are the directors, all right, and then I think up to date we have more than 100 strategic accounts. Petronas, TMB, Mampu being some of our accounts, right? So when what do we do? So we are basically in IT industry. We provide hardware solutions to data center stuff, storage server, those boring stuff. And then that's why now we move to software solution, virtual reality, big data. This is our future plan, right? And then VR is basically one of the interesting things that we are doing now. Apart from HUKM, we are also in the discussion with Petronas, and then we already have existing customers like GDP Architect and Unitel, right? So so if you look at our timeline since 2007 to date, we have achieved a lot of things. But one of the things related to this discussion is our appointment as Vitalis distributor. This is where we started our VR VR business in 2014. So we have been doing VR for about 7 years now. And then one of our biggest achievement is together with IR 4.0 and HUKM, we obtained this MESTEC grant. With this MESTEC grant, it's a big step actually, because with this MESTEC grant, it's an industry grant, but we took most of the portion to give back to HUKM. So right now HUKM have their own VR equipment. You guys can basically, it's an enterprise equipment where we hope it will encourage us to be able to develop more medical contents using the set that we have in HUKM. A little bit about VR market. This is a global overview. So the VR market, if you can see in 2025, right, it's going to be estimated to be 20.9 USD billion, okay, 20.9 billion USD. And then our interest is more on the content creation market, because what makes the difference between VR is the content itself. Content makes a lot of content give value to the basically to the VR. For instance, in the medical world, we can use you can create contents based on different medical needs, such as for content for to treat depression, content to treat anxiety, autism therapy, and more, right? So targeted content creation market is expected to grow up to 76.5%, which is I think a lot more than other industries have. So the future of VR in healthcare, the potential, of course, the the general potential of VR is huge, but the potential is in healthcare is also what you call this very good. Okay, so the objective normally when we talk to healthcare experts, what is the objective of basically wanting to adopt VR? So basically, they said most of it is to, or any studies that you learn or you look in the journal, right? They will say that VR in the healthcare could train and support the healthcare professionals. It can change life and it can heal patients. So based on these three objectives, you can see down here the medical training. Medical training has been used to basically train and support healthcare professionals. Basically, what VR can do best is that it can access and view areas that otherwise would be impossible to reach with other traditional teaching methods, right? And then objective number 2 is to basically change life. Change life, you can see there is this disease awareness program by this one pharmaceutical research company. What it does is that it created VR content to basically raise awareness among healthcare professionals on the daily struggle of patients suffering from Parkinson. Right, through the experience, what the healthcare professionals can put on the headset and experience firsthand as a Parkinson sufferer navigates a virtual supermarket, counting outward moments. So by understanding the feelings and the things that are going through by the patient, the doctor can basically treat the patient better. Right, and then as for healing patients, this study by University of Washington Seattle and UW Harborview Burn Center, it shows that VR immersion basically is being used to basically distract pain to perform VR for pain distraction. So basically, what it does is that this pain distraction was done on patient going for physical therapy after skin graft, right? And then as you can see, this is the actual report. Basically, the graph shows the effectiveness of VR in treating such, right? But one thing that we need to understand, VR, even though is still at the infancy stage, so meaning some of our expectation towards VR needs to be contained, because we understand that when we have a technology, we always want better things to come, and then sometimes we are influenced by those on the TV and stuff like that. But basically, VR is still at its infancy stage, and then there are more interesting things are happening. Okay. So our collaboration with HPM on VR and Institute R 5.0 started back in 2017, and then based on we started with a project by Dr. Musha on ophthalmology operations, right? And then from that project, what we realized is that the most valuable lessons that we got from the project is that to create a quality VR contents, it requires interdisciplinary collaboration. If you see this chart that I prepared, it basically shows that in any kind of VR project, you can have two different roles, the main role and the supporting role. So those that are in the main role, they are basically the one directly involved in the VR content creation, right? So who are they? They are basically the subject matter experts. In this case, in the healthcare industry, the subject matter experts are the doctors, of course, right? And then what happened is that the doctors, you have the knowledge with you, and then what we're trying to do is that we're trying to emulate your knowledge into a computer generated scenario that simulate realistic experience, right? And then of course, to do that, we need to have VR and system experts, and then we would have to have also a knowledge manager. So in our case, let's say for the ophthalmology operation, the subject matter expert was Dr. Musha. The VR system expert of coming from the thing that the one that Hisham played the video just now So basically, one of the lead developer, our lead developer, I think Cik Arman is also in this session. So he is the VR expert. And then of course the knowledge manager, we are talking about somebody that can help us to do the give value to the knowledge to the VR content that we create, right? So this role was taken up by Dr. Nazir from IR 4.0. Okay, basically what we do is that these experts, when they combine, we try to produce the best content as possible. And then once we produce the content, what we plan to do with HQM is that we wanted HQM to be if possible, we want HQM to be the medical hub for this region, at least, if not in Malaysia, the region itself. Because and then for us to do that, we basically need to have we need to create a lot more contents, and then we need to have people that can help us to do the promotion of the contents, the marketing, and then to get more people to understand about our content. So that's when we have the people with the business roles, right? So I won't touch about the people on the business role, but what I'm trying to say is that for us to be successful in this project, these are the support, the roles that the people that we need to have to be in the team. Okay. So if we want to talk about the methodology, how do we start a VR project, right? Normally, I think this is normal. You start with problem statement. So in the medical area, we see what are the things that you want to achieve. For instance, ankle surgery, that those content that we have created before, pain management, labor pain management, what you call is ankle surgery. So these are some of the example of the VR problem statement, right? Once we understand the problem statement, we need to get our VR expert to basically sit down with the subject matter expert and to really understand. For instance, if you want to do ophthalmology operation, during discussion with Dr. Musha, we will make to understand. She has a 14 steps for us to accomplish that particular that particular operation, the surgery, right? So this design, we need to sketch it. And then we need to convert it into a 3D format. Once we have done all this, we would need to basically run into depending on how you want to view your content. You can basically, there are multiple ways to view your content. You can view your content through if you want to be immersive, you have to use the platform that have been provided, that one that you have in HQM. So that platform is basically what it does. It basically allows you to be immersive in the environment, and you can basically interact with that content. But you can also use 360. You know those headset that you put on your head, and then you can watch the video. Those are 360 images. The same content, you can basically convert them into 360 images. With that 360 images, you can basically view them with any head-mounted HTC Vive and stuff like that. Those available in the market. You can view the content in a different way, but you are not immersive and you cannot interact with the content. And the other way is that you can now use the same content that we created to basically view them using your handset or your handphone, right? So these are the things. Once we basically understand the problem statement, we provide the design, and then based on the design, we produce the content. We produce the content, and we basically look at how you want to what you want to achieve the content, whether it's going to be a training purposes or you want it to be a video mode. So these are the things that we can do with the video contents, right? So when it comes to content development methodology, these are the standard methodology that we created. Basically, when to create a content, once we get the understanding from the subject matter expert, these are the steps that we do. We would provide a storyboard. From that storyboard, the subject matter expert will basically highlight or agree with us whether the storyboard is correct. If the storyboard meets the requirement of SME, then only the modeling steps will come in, right? So the modeling steps, of course, involve a few things, programming and stuff like that. And then once we have done the modeling, the programming, we will basically have a 3D object, right? The 3D object. The 3D object can be tested, can be presented to the subject matter expert for the comments. If it meets the requirement, and then we can basically use that 3D to be imported into our devices. Let's say into the VR equipment that you have, and then it can be used for teaching, for basically discussion and stuff like that, right? After the content has been created, you can basically use any of these available platform to view your content. All right. Of course, the best is Ever VR. Every VR is basically you have a screen, and then you have a projector. All your contents will be projected to the screen, and then with the other equipments like your headset, your space mouse, your wands, you can interact. You can be immersive together with your content, and you can basically interact with the content that have been created. This is Ever VR. If let's say it so happen that you do not have this big screen with you, you can also view the content using what we call this VGR. Is basically you can view the content using your mobile or using your desktop. Right. The difference is that of course you cannot interact with your content, but you can see maybe in a video format. If let's say just now we mentioned that for the ophthalmic surgery they have 14 steps, right? So you can basically view the videos of how the 14 steps being executed in VR, right? So basically it's like a recorded version, and then you can view them, and then otherwise if let's say you are not on your premise, you are outside, you are somewhere else, but you still want to have access to your content, we do provide we can basically store your content in the cloud, and then you can use any of the devices to basically download the content and view them anywhere as you go. Okay. Ever since our collaboration with HKM, we have been participating with HKM in okay, basically this is an achievement awards. You can ignore the first one, the enterprise. Let's focus on the innovation. Down there, 7 innovation. All these innovations, we basically we got this award together with HKM doctors. We work with in this picture is like Dr. Yazid, and then yeah, it's Dr. Yazid, and then I can't remember the rest. But beside him is Arman. This is our lead engineer. So what happened is that we test our content, those content that we develop into VR, into this what call this expose and stuff like that, and then we are very happy that the content are being accepted. Okay, meaning people realize the what call this, the capability of VR in supporting and teaching for the healthcare industry, right? So these are some of the awards that we got, and then these awards we got prior to HUKM we receiving the MESTEC this grant. So what happened is that the team, Prof. Zah, Prof. Ismail, Dr. Hisham, we went through quite a hard time because the machine that we have in our office was not meant for because we are using it for other things as well. So basically at the time we do not have the luxury to create more contents, but now we already placed one of the Vitalis in HKM, and then I think now it's more accessible, and then it can basically allows more content to be created in medical content to be created with that particular machine, right? Okay. So this is some of the collaboration work since 2007. If you can see my arrow here, this is the first pelantikan rekan industri by UKM to Integrasi Erat. We started this project in 2017, and then we have I think MOU, right, Hisham, and then basically this is what happened down there. This is what I mentioned, that the doctors have to come to office, they have to commute to office to basically view the content that we have created. But now we already have it in your premise. This one, the black guy here is Arman, wearing black shirt here. So basically this is the unit that we have in HQM right now. And then basically these contents like the one down here can basically be viewed and can be developed in HQM itself, right? Okay, just some, this is sample business, just in case any of you interested to see how basically VR can be used to provide the services and stuff like that. So basically, this one, this is a home therapy VR therapy. This is a home VR therapy by Excel Health. So basically, what happens is that they provide home therapy to their patients, right? You can see the patients and the therapists, they can communicate online, and then the therapists can basically view the activities by the patients, and then they can also have data to see the patient's progress, right? This is a view by the patients. Okay, so this is what happened. So how it works, basically how it works is that the patient will have to go into the Excel website, and then they have to register themselves, and then they have to explain their problems, right? Okay, once they explain the problem, the system will automatically assign therapists. They have a pool of therapists. The system will recommend a pool of therapists where the patient can choose the therapist. The first step, to choose the therapist that best match their needs, right? Once they do that, and then they make the payment, and then they will receive a VR headset, a lone VR headset. And then this VR headsets, it comes together in the package. So basically what Excel Health does is that it has a basic package, pro package, and advanced package. So normally they would recommend the patient to go for the pro package. So the pro package, with the pro package, they will send this VR headset, and then they will assign the therapist that was chosen by the customer. And then from there, they can make a schedule, and then they can begin the therapy. Right, so from this steps, Excel Health, they managed to have many patients with them. So some of the patients' testimony is that the patients feel that the VR is convenient, the home VR therapy is convenient, and then many features that they don't get by doing traditional therapies like chatting with the provider and seeing the data this is not available compared to this.
Sudah siap?
And then can I continue? Okay. And then with the one of the other patient mentions that he felt less stressed and it's more enjoyable doing the therapy session. And then the other patient, Sarah Y, she said that apart from having a smart therapist, the session was fun and encouraging, and she recommended this program to anyone who are curious about VR or you want to have your problem solved. So I think this is my last slide. Yeah, this is my last slide. I give back the session to Dr. Hisham. Probably I can answer some of the questions later. Right, Hisham? Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Insmawira. Yes, definitely VR has a great potential in healthcare, as you mentioned, in training, therapeutic, disease awareness, etc. And you also mentioned how we can collaborate between SME with VR technologies. Yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, Mira, you can ask after our second presentation. Okay, I invite Dr. Azrul to continue the session. Silakan, Dr. Azrul.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hisham. Okay, so dengar suara saya? Dengar? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. Okey, kalau tadi Encik Wira lebih menyentuh pada industri, saya lebih kepada akademik sikit sebab actually saya pensyarah dari Fakulti Teknologi dan Sains Maklumat. Saya akan bagi tentang talk tentang virtual reality application in healthcare. So kita cerita why VR? Why kenapa kita nak guna VR? The pandemic has also drastically limited the scope of surgical and medical training. So sekarang COVID-19, right? Usually trainees develop skills by watching mentors. The tests or surgeries are either performed on a patient or cadaver. This procedure is not only time-consuming but also risky. In such crises, VR is offering a safe learning environment that can be created for trainee surgeons. These virtually simulated operating rooms can help trainees learn the right techniques and skills, gain valuable experience, and build confidence while constantly receiving feedback from the seniors. Performing surgery on a virtual patient in a simulated environment enables the trainee doctors to apply newly acquired techniques without causing harm to patients or exposing them to the highly contagious virus. Okay, this is a current problem with medical training. This is based on the literature review that I read. Okay, the current medical training is dull, costly, exposed to COVID, and then unrealistic. Okay, since many trainees have to be trained quickly with a limited trainer for workforce, an effective and innovative method is required. So that's why we're using virtual reality module. Why? Virtual reality's training crucially provide a safer, more effective, and more engaging way to train people who are putting themselves at risk. And then through VR, people can learn and practice in a realistic environment. And then if the VR training module is well developed, then we can reduce the training time and cost. VR training modules are also interactive. Healthcare workers can communicate with the others during training. Okay, this is basically our idea. You can look at the diagram. Okay, healthcare worker puts on the VR headset and glove, training practice using several modules for pandemic response preparation, and then healthcare worker are better prepared to face any pandemic situation. That's actually saya banyak sentuh pandemik sebab saya baru mohon grant itu memang kena melibatkan pandemik lah untuk nak kuatkan kita punya problem statement. Okay, this is current prototype. Actually, this prototype baru secure grant TR yang TR UKM collaborate with Encik Integrasi Erat. Thank you lah Encik Wira yang banyak jawab masa pembentangan itu. So boleh tengok apa yang the current prototype. This one is endotracheal intubation. Okay, masih banyak perlu diperbaiki. Saya belum buat bunyi dah lagi. This is training module for endotracheal intubation. Suggest daripada Prof. Ismail Saibun. If ada salah dalam prosedur tu, saya minta maaf sebab saya just ikut step saya search daripada Google so this one kena validate lagi by expert. Okay. Okay, actually content this content We will collaborate with Integrasi Erat to install in Vitalis. That's our future planning lah dengan Integrasi Erat. Okay, this one this one is current medical access that we developed at FTSM. Kami dah bersedia lah jika ada kerjasama nanti dengan pihak HCTM nanti, pihak Hospital Chancellor Tuan Komukris nanti, kita akan develop modul-modul together for our future planning. Okay, this one. Okay, we design the jantung heart. Okay. Okay, this one ada medical training modules that we can develop together. So, okay. So saya mohon perhatian daripada para doktor semua, pak surgeon semua untuk kita sama-sama develop untuk this training modules. Okay, kalau tengok sini ada macam-macam kan. This one suggestion from expert. Okay, and then we have this one. Okay, mesti ada pakar-pakar yang expert benda ni semua kan, so kita boleh collaborate together untuk develop content, VR content. Okay, so and then this one is ada modules. Okay, nampak yang yellow ni, examination of abdomen, vaginal examination, rectal examination. Actually saya tengah develop prototype untuk yang vaginal examination ni, untuk saya mohon geran MOSTI. Ini saya dengan Prof Ismail juga, Prof Ismail Saibun, dan akan collaborate juga dengan Integrasi Erat. So just tengah develop lah. Maybe ada pakar-pakar yang nak join, sebab benda ni dia Prof Ismail kata agak sangat-sangat diperlukan during COVID ni, the examination of abdomen, vaginal examination, rectal examination. So we can collaborate together. Okay, then saya cuma nak tambah VR with haptic response. Bila sebut macam yang saya tunjuk tadi, yang modul yang prototype tu, dia just ordinary VR. Dia tak ada haptic. Maksudnya bila dia pegang sesuatu tu, dia tak rasa apa-apa. Haptic ni kita akan rasa sesuatu. Okay. In the virtual world, haptic adds a physical dimension that makes the surgical procedure seems almost real. So maksudnya kita boleh rasa dekat tangan kita tu kita pegang apa. Kita pegang pisau, kita pegang apa, so kita boleh rasa benda-benda tu semua. Okay. At its most basic, haptic means anything relating to the sense of touch. VR plus haptics goes a step further, allowing users to experience, feel and interact with it. Kalau tengok sini contoh haptic glove yang ni saya tak tahu berapa harga dia. Okay. Kalau tengok sini, okay, yang ni haptic glove yang saya nak beli yang ni, tapi bila saya dapat quotation saya agak terkejut sebab harga dia untuk sepasang USD 80k So tak apalah, dia ada yang murah lagi. Ada yang just RM 10k, RM 5k. Maybe kalau Integrasi Erat nak sponsor ke, boleh lah. Okay. So okay, this one haptic demo kalau saya sebut haptic. Sekejap. Saya sebut haptic tadi, maybe ada yang tak faham ke? Okay, ni dia punya demo. What is haptic?
Fingers off. Well, the motors are pretty strong because I can actually hold your fingers back. I think if I would really clench my fist whilst grabbing an object, I could probably break the motors in the gloves. So although they're pretty strong, I don't think they're strong enough to cause you any damage. I think you're more likely to cause damage to the glove than your actual fingers. So let's try one of the other demos. This one's probably my favorite one. This is the heart one. And as you can see, we've got a beating heart here. If we pick it up with our hands, you can feel the heart beating in our hand, which is crazy. And if we relax our grip a little bit, you don't really feel it. Then as soon as you put your fingers around the heart again, you can feel it pulsating in your hand. And this just kind of makes me think, just imagine if there was a Mortal Kombat game in virtual reality with support for these gloves, and you could do a fatality move, and could they break your fingers off? Well,
okay, that's haptic so semua boleh tahu kan dah nampak kan apa itu haptic, macam mana dia respon semua. So okay, this one VR impact to healthcare workers. Okay, beneficiaries are tentulah healthcare workers and the global community. In the short term, knowledge and skills of healthcare workers are enhanced to the appropriate level and help to improve the readiness among healthcare workers in fighting this deadly disease by promoting better learners engagement towards the module. Okay, this one is our industry collaboration. Okay, now we have Integrasi Erat. Okay, Integrasi Erat will provide the main VR platform Vitalis. Dia ada di hospital, Hospital Chancellor Tuanku Muklis. So boleh gunalah, boleh test lah siapa yang ada berminat untuk guna. Okay, working in collaboration with the VR industry ensure continued efforts to promote the products in the marketplace to survive and grow. Okay, this one is business model. Okay, if ada mana-mana penyelidik ke nak mohon grant, mesti yang nak mohon, tak kisahlah grant yang perlukan business model boleh guna business model saya ni. Saya tak katalah dia bagus, tapi boleh ambil dan boleh edit lah. Sebab dia akan tengok value proposition ni. Dia akan dekat sini saya letak to provide VR interactive training module for healthcare workers, provide a safer, more effective and more engaging way to train healthcare workers who are putting themselves at risk. And then the third one ni yang dia ada lain sikit daripada VR, to provide a more realistic sensation to mimic the physical interaction process. Dekat sini yang kita guna haptic tu. Saya ada order glove haptic tapi belum sampai, dah 2 bulan ni, agak lambat jugalah. So dekat sini nanti business model ni, saya rasa kalau grant mesti grant yang Technology Development Fund tu, dia nak tengok business model. Boleh tengoklah contoh yang saya punya ni. Okay, why this project is important? Okay, new normal, the current pandemic has educated us to appreciate the value of working in virtual world as the new normal. And then tadi macam Encik Wira cakap, the VR market is big. So sekarang, especially dalam keadaan kita COVID ni apa, dia tak semestinya dalam healthcare saja, dalam education pun VR ni tengah naik. Banyak yang apps yang guna VR nak kelas online kan, yang perlukan macam student berada di bilik kuliah sebenar lah, walaupun tak dapat dalam 100% tapi sekurang-kurangnya 80% macam di bilik kuliah sebenar tu pun dah okey. And then the benefits of VR training tadi dah cakap, safe, consistency, scalable, economical. And then Encik Wira dah cakap juga ni pasal medical training hub tadi. A VR-based medical training package will boost medical courses value and stakeholder eyes. This will enhance UKM's value as a destination for medical training. Okay. And then talent recruitment in Malaysia VR industry. And then is the burden of our frontliners. This project can help our frontline heroes safe and healthy so they can save our life. Okey, saya rasa itu saja. Saya cerita sikit sebab Cik Wira dah cerita banyak tadi. So thank you Dr. Hisham and everybody.
Thank you Dr. Azrul. Thank you. Dr. Azrul ni banyak sedang membangunkan modul menggunakan Haptic Response and Dr. Azrul juga banyak share dengan kita how to develop a module and how to get fund dia bagi hints juga dekat kita macam mana nak pitch to get grants Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I open to the floor. If anyone has any questions, you can ask the panelists directly, or you can type it in our chat box. So Dr. Lee Pechuan dah tanya soalan and Encik Wira already answered it. So now I open to the participant to ask, if any.
Soalan daripada Lee Pei Chuan, Dr.
Dr. Lee Pei Chuan, yeah.
I was having an idea of doing abdominal examination but more towards the pediatric module before your presentation. Kalau nak buat untuk pediatric bolehlah, kita akan sekarang ni yang saya buat untuk dewasa tau. Dewasa lelaki. So kita boleh buat dewasa wanita and then kanak-kanak. Kanak-kanak pun kalau doktor kena beza tak lelaki dengan perempuan? Beza juga kan? So kita kena ada banyak modul lah. Dalam modul tu ada banyak modul lain, so dia pecah-pecah. So macam macam ni saya nak cakap macam yang endotracheal intubation tadi yang saya buat tu untuk lelaki dewasa. Prof Ismail kata ada yang untuk kanak-kanak lain pula dia punya tu, so kita kena develop lain lah. Prof Ismail ada tu.
Ya. Ada soalan daripada members on the floor?
Yeah, thank you Dr. Azrul and Encik Wira. Untuk sekarang ni kalau instructor atau facilitator nak interact dengan student kan, plus student tengah bermain dengan VR dia, how would the instructor appear? Would they appear as another person in the student's image ke, ataupun how do they communicate kalau dia ada instructor? At the moment, how's the technology look like?
Saya jawab kan, Dr. Azrul? Okay, the equipment that you are having in HQM is called Active Move, right? So basically Active Move, it has a few components. Dia ada screen yang besar tu, and then you basically ada komputer, macam you punya desktop punya ni. Dalam tu is where you install the VR tu punya software, right? So VR punya software tu, what happen is that bila you nak interact dengan you punya content you dah create tadi tu, what happen is that you boleh guna few cara lah. Cara yang sedia ada sekarang is kita sekarang ni ada provide 25 specs lah, 25 specs, and at one time sekarang ni hanya seorang saja yang boleh setiap device, setiap screen besar tu hanya seorang saja yang boleh jadi main interactor dengan the object. So meaning dia lagi 24 lagi yang pakai spec tu hanya jadi viewer saja. Tapi bila you pakai the spec tu, you basically kadang-kadang you akan ada 3-4 different gadgets. You ada spec, you ada the space mouse, and you ada you punya wand lah, kan? Tapi bila you pakai you punya spec, dekat screen besar tu akan ada sensor. Okay, sensor tu akan follow the main presenter tu punya movement. So meaning dia akan pair dengan you punya spec tu. So spec lain tu aktif, spec tu saja yang aktif, spec lain pasif. So when you move, you will interact with the screen, and then let's say kalau you tunduk, you tengok let's say, how to show you, let's say I ada my handphone, tak nampak. So you tunjuk kat bawah, you tengok handphone tu dari view bawah. So all your students yang pakai spec tu akan nampak view, tengok dari bawah, stuff like that lah. Kalau you nak ada macam avatar, let's say you want to have 2 people in the same immersive in the same scenario, what happen is that you need to have another set. Tapi set tu tak perlulah yang set besar tu. Kita dah test, kita boleh pakai, I think our VR expert Arman, he has already test HTC Vive punya set lah. Alright, so what happen is that you and the student akan interact dalam VR tu sebagai avatar. So basically you can pass objects and stuff like that. Let's say you are practicing an operation kan. So you kata kat student you, can you please pass me the tool? So your student can pick up the tool and pass you in avatar punya mode lah. So far that is how VR works lah. Dia tak boleh ramai-ramai lagi lah.
Yeah, because I'm imagining that the other lecturer ataupun facilitator di tempat lain ni, kat dia punya office ke, dan the student in another place.
Yes. Kalau macam tu boleh. Masuk dalam avatar, betul.
Thank you.
Interesting betul.
Saya tanya Encik Ura, memang kita tak boleh buat interaktif. Kalau 2 orang tu tak boleh Saya tanya Encik Ura ni. Saya
boleh lah, macam cakap tadi lah, you have to be in the avatar. So bila you kena ada lagi satu device,
avatar boleh.
Avatar, betul. Sebab kita kan buat virtual reality kan, kita bukan so it has to be in the avatar punya mode lah. Right, okay.
So nak jadi muka Korea boleh lah dalam avatar tu kan?
Boleh. Dia boleh play flag, boleh ikutlah karakter apa you suka kan, jadi perempuan tu boleh.
Nanti Hisham dah Korea dah tu.
Betul lah, banyak game Korea.
So this yang macam this avatar ni has been used in many industry, macam buat kereta kan, buat produk-produk, meaning dia ada dia punya, let's say macam ni buat kereta, if I'm mistaken dulu kereta dia punya seat tu develop dekat different country, I think kat Italy kot dia punya seat, tapi dia punya kereta tu develop at different country. So basically they go into the avatar to discuss macam dia punya comfortable, nak tengok macam mana comfortable tak comfortable kereta tu kan. So this other thing has been done lah, memang pernah ada lah, right? Dan kita pun pernah buat if you want to test.
I have one question to Dr. Azrul. Dr. Azrul, how long does it take to complete one module? Katakan lecturer kita nak create one module, dia mesti nak tahu timeline jugalah kan, sebab this is research kan?
Macam ni Dr. Hisham, actually dia dalam pembangunan sistem ke apa, dia depend on the complex of the system. Macam endotracheal intubation tu agak kompleks, saya ambil masa 2-3 bulan jugalah. Nah, actually itu saya develop sendiri. Actually kalau kita pakai maksud saya memang dia kerja, macam saya ada kerja hakiki kan. Maksudnya kalau kita, I think dalam 1 month, 2 month boleh buat benda tu, modul tu. Kalau kita hire professional macam integrasi Erat kan, maybe 1 month dah boleh siap dah. Macam tu.
For Encik Wira, how much we need to have to develop a module?
Okay, that is a very subnotus question, Dr. Hisham. Sebabnya, in any development lah, bukan VR pun, nanti Dr. Azrul from IT mesti agree dengan saya kot. We need to understand what is the problem statement yang cakap tadi lah. Alright, and then dalam VR ni pula, the content yang you create tu, you boleh pelbagai. So depending on the module that you plan to create lah. Kalau you want the module to be lagi interaktif, lagi detail, and then of course the cost will be higher lah. Tapi kalau you nak modul tu macam simple, not too complex, maybe the cost tu boleh rendah lah. And kalau kita pun dah ada, let's say kita dah ada existing modul yang kita boleh guna pakai, kita just tambah saja keperluan macam you just add the bit of requirement, and then benda tu pun boleh merendahkan lagi cost lah. Right, so it really depends, very subjective, but price is always negotiable lah, kan, tak ada masalah.
Cuma mungkin Wira can share with the audience because most of them they will try to bid for grant. Jadi mungkin how much is roughly kalau macam simple program tu berapa roughly they have to have in their punya grant, and kalau more complex tu roughly berapa. So at least they have the range, yeah.
Okay, Prof. Okay, so basically we are looking at minimum 30,000 for a simple punya what is content development, and then the price can go up lah, varies lah. So tapi so far based on the content yang kita create is between 30 to 130,000 I think. 30,000 to 120,000 lah dia punya ni. Average is about 50,000 per content lah.
Wira, I think the other question that the academics will want to know also is when you say you need money to create the content, what is it for? Because as we know, the equipment is already Vertalis is already available dekat our PPUKM kan. Jadi obviously they will ask what is the additional money for in order to create the content.
Basically, like I mentioned earlier, to put things I think easier kita tengok macam ni lah. That VR set that you have is basically like inside your notebook, inside your PC, right? Inside your notebook. So what happen is that you can load many stuff that you can basically purchase, macam you punya Microsoft Word, you punya Microsoft PowerPoint, or whatever that you need basically to you need to purchase the software. So the content is basically like that lah. It's a different it's a different application that needs to be tailor-made to your requirement. And then without the content, the unit is basically it doesn't have a soul lah, I can say it. Sebab the unit is basically if you look at my presentation just now, I did mention that the components that we need to have to make a project successful, right? So basically what happened is that the content tu sebenarnya is the value added of the VR tu. Content tu yang make the difference. So to develop the content, there is a cost to develop the content. Contoh tadi macam yang kata we need to have a team to do requirement study. We need to have a team to basically do the storyboard punya tu, and then we need to have a team to develop the content that we try to basically emulate what the subject matter expert wanted. So to do all this, basically there is a cost. So that is the cost that we're talking about lah. The cost basically if you look outside, the cost to develop the VR content is very still a very high side outside. So what we are trying to do is that we are basically trying to have a win-win situation with FTSM. So that is the price that we can basically we can basically tawarkanlah ke HUKM. Right. So basically this cost to develop the content tu yang sebenarnya the cost that we need to have lah to tampung kita punya content development tu.
You mean to say the animation and things like that will need outsourcing, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so Encik, there's one question from Dr. Lee Pechuan. How do we get into contact with Dr. Azrul and Encik Wira? Ni dah ada potential collaboration. So mungkin Encik Wira and Dr. Azrul boleh comment on the chat box. Yeah, macam mana to get into contact with you all. Or maybe since we have Prof. Ismail, Prof. Zaleha or Prof. Yazid pun ada dalam ni, mungkin Prof. Yazid nak share with us your experience buat ankle surgery punya VR. Prof. Yazid.
Okay, sementara menunggu Yazid tu, mungkin saya boleh respon sikit, Hisham?
Ya, silakan Prof.
Okay, I think macam for Dr. Lee or anyone else lah yang interested doing this thing, saya rasa one of the best is actually we work through HTIL. Ada kumpulan pendidikan kita, kumpulan HTIL, basically which is led by Prof. Zah, dan sekarang ni dah ada office dekat tingkat 3 blok kejuruteraan. So I think we can meet there or we can schedule an appointment kat situ so that we can meet all parties, daripada kita, daripada UKM, HCTM sendiri, daripada pihak IE, Integrasi Erat, and basically dengan the VR engineers. So that I think that should be the best platform lah. And in fact that's what actually we plan for HTIL.
So one stop lah bro, one stop.
One stop senang, sebab rather than dia call sana dia call sini kan, saya rasa susah. So kita boleh mungkin the phone number ataupun email yang you nak sama ada myself or Prof. Zah punya this thing, and then we will try to, ataupun even Hisham tinggi, and then we try to set an appointment where we can get everybody yang terlibat can meet kat situ. Mana SME, simulators, VR engineer, mungkin daripada IE juga, mungkin ni, then we can sit down and talk. I think that would be the best lah, senang untuk kita ni. And kita juga boleh memantau kan Prof. Zah, we can memantau the progress of any project suggestion, and then basically what happened after that. So I think that would be much easier way. Sebab dulu tak ada office, sekarang dah ada office, senang sikit.
Starting this Thursday, we're going to have the VR tour kan, organized by Hisham.
Yeah. Can I ask a very short question? Why is HTIL? Because some of us are not to the short form.
Health Technology Innovation Lab.
Health Technology Innovation Lab.
Okay. Right.
Ya, tu Prof. Yazid ada, boleh Prof. Yazid?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Hisham. Dari segi pengalaman masa mendevelopkan saya dah develop 2 konten bersama dengan Integrasi Erat bersama Encik Arman. Alhamdulillah lah, dari segi kerjasama tu saya rasa agak mudah. Dan dia orang banyak bagi tunjuk ajar lah. Kalau kita tu dalam paling lama bulan 6 bulan kita dah boleh siap satu modul lah. Itu paling lama lah. Kalau kita bagi semua maklumat yang diorang nak, dan kita concentrate, macam Dr. Azrul cakap, kadang 1 bulan atau 2 bulan pun boleh siap. So sebenarnya dari segi kita punya kengkangan, dari segi kewangan lah. Kalau kewangan kita okey, insyaAllah okey kot. Tak ada masalah. Tapi integrasi Erat sebenarnya dia tak berkira sangat lah. Pada saya dia tak berkira. Kalau ikutkan kos tu sebenarnya jauh lebih tinggi. Tapi mereka lebih kepada education, industry collaborating, and then banyak benda yang dia bantu lah. So kepada pensyarah lain, boleh develop. Kalau tak nak buat konten yang besar-besar, kita start konten yang kecil. Gunakan lecturer masing-masing punya, setiap lecturer kan ada peruntukan masing-masing. Kalau saya Fakulti Perubatan boleh sampai ke, ada 20,000, ada yang sampai 10,000. Dan boleh menggunakan student dalam masa setahun boleh siap. Jadi satu kalau ada 20 lecturer kat sini dalam masa setahun kita dah ada boleh 20 konten dah ada. Kalau kita buat secara serius lah. Jadi setiap seorang ada konten masing-masing. Dia tak perlu konten yang terlalu tinggi. Kadang-kadang kita nampak macam tadi yang Dr. Azrul tu, full vaginal examination tu. Agak simple je. Tapi kita tak ada benda tu sendiri, tak ada konten tu sebenarnya. So kalau kita cuba explore benda tu, agak menarik lah. Pada saya pendapat saya.
boleh I just add to Prof Yazid punya tu.
Sure.
Okay, so basically apa kita tengah buat sekarang ni, kita tengah nak preparekan the MOA kan Dr. Hisham. So basically apart from that, what Integrasi Erat is offering that kita tengah develop satu marketplace. So marketplace ni sebenarnya kita sebenarnya dah bercakap dengan okay, sebab Vitalis ni even though they have been in industry for 35 years, dia tak ada apa medical content. Alright, so bila dia tengok medical content yang kita create tu, and then they realize macam kita cakap tadi, for medical content you cannot have anyone to any jondo to help you to develop. You need to have the subject matter expert, the doctors, sebab you kena verified by the professional kata this content yang sebenar lah, content yang betul, right? So they are very interested, and then their reach is global. Okay, macam Vitalis dia sekarang pun dah ada satu team untuk develop content, and then kita basically inside dia punya team tu. Right, so konten-konten yang kita dah develop, kalau konten kreatif tu sangat bagus and then relevant, kita boleh letak di marketplace yang kita nak create tu. Alright, from the marketplace tu, we hope we can get buyers lah. Okay, so, kalau kita ada orang yang interested in our content, when they purchase the content, kita committed to basically share the amount tu. I rasa ada dalam kita punya agreement dengan Hisham, yang that amount tu we go back into the pool lah, doktor yang terbabit tu, doktor yang produce the content tu. So duit tu you boleh guna pakai balik sebagai you punya grant or research or whatever lah. Itu yang kita tengah buat sekarang lah, so that kita boleh ada win-win punya situation lah dengan semua orang yang basically contribute dan terlibat dalam projek ni. Right, betul.
Right.
Okay, kalau saya boleh menambah sikit.
Yes, bro.
I think what all the three speakers mentioned tu sebenarnya, which is a very good point. Pertama, concentrate on something simple, a procedure yang mudah. Kita might feel that a procedure tu, this is so simple. Macam contohnya masuk Rails tube. Cari memang tak ada lagi. Jadi in fact from my exploration daripada di tempat lain pun sebenarnya a lot of medical procedures memang kurang. I think that's what Encik Wira was mentioning lah, sangat-sangat kurang. And kalau ada pun sebenarnya that should not stop us from doing it, because kita punya mungkin lain daripada compare dengan rasio orang lain. Contohnya macam intubation, sama juga. It's not that kalau orang dah ada intubation punya modul, kita tak boleh create. We can still create. So think of something simple. Itu yang pertama. Yang keduanya is actually itulah yang di-share oleh Cik Wira pasal marketplace. Maknanya hasil yang kita buat tu kalau bagus, dia boleh dijual dan the profit tu is actually shared among the inventor ataupun the subject matter expert lah, kita kat sini SME lah. Basically senang cerita, pendek cerita, all of us are SME and they are basically the VR technologists ataupun the VR punya teknik engineers. So it's a collaboration between these two. Okay, so that is the thing. Sebab itu tadi saya tanya berapa harga, so that at least easy for you all if you want to bid your grants. Sekarang ni kalau you interested in basically making VR, you can already put basically katalah between 30 to 50k. That's roughly about this thing. Mungkin lebih kurang tu mungkin boleh negotiate kot dengan pihak Integrasi Erat. And I hope mungkin Integrasi Erat can pour in mungkin macam seed fund kat situ kan later kan, so that this can be developed. Mungkin UKM can be a hub for a VR punya product, medical product I mean.
Yeah. Kita boleh explore ada grant sebab kita punya grant mesti pun dah almost to the end, dah masuk dah 4th milestone I think, nak ke 5th milestone dah. So maybe after this kita boleh sama-sama lah try to explore bigger grants lah dengan mesti kan, to continue lah. Prof.
Yeah. Nak tanya, sorry, again. Kalau kita put up a project yang variable macam head mounted display and joystick tu, masih kita perlu masuk dalam grantor ataupun how many that we have in the lab already and we don't need that hardware.
Okay, right now you only have the we call this active move, the hardware lah. You do not have the head mounted yet. You only have tapi to start you tak perlu pun sebenarnya head mounted. What you have in your lab right now is sufficient for you to create your content, right? You just and then to basically test your content or use your content in VR. is ready. You tak perlu, sebenarnya you tak perlu. Kalau you nak tambahan, you boleh buy your own headset and stuff like that. Tapi sebenarnya tak perlu, dah ready. Unless you require something yang macam Dr. Azrul kata tadi, you nak buat haptic, kan, then you wanted to benda yang tak ada you nak tambah lagi, boleh lah. Otherwise, with the current setup, you are ready to go already.
Which means that kalau lebih banyak, I mean, the more that the head-mounted display, whatever, the more student can participate, kan? I mean, that's the thing that we are looking at.
Frankly, my team is basically still right now. They say maximum is two, but let us because they always try to find improvement. Nanti kalau ada lebih, kita akan ambil lagi lah.
Thank you.
So Proton, can we allow more questions?
I've just put up to 4 p.m. but I guess usually 1 hour, but today we allocate 1.5 hours. So is that more questions to ask?
Dr. Hisham, saya nak tambah sikit.
Sure, Dr. Azrul.
Okay. Dia macam ni, kalau mana kita boleh buat projek kecil-kecil dulu guna mobile VR. Sebab mobile VR ni kos dia kalau dekat Shopee tu RM30 sampai RM90 je. So maksudnya mobile VR ni pelajar install VR application tu dekat telefon dan masuk dalam VR punya mobile VR punya headset tu. Saya ada buat satu projek autism dengan Prof. Dr. Wan Salwina, guna mobile VR lah. So projek tu dah nak siap. So maksudnya bila guna mobile VR ni lagi ramai boleh guna. Dia macam Encik Wira cakap tadi, dia boleh masuk marketplace ke apa ke, dia marketable lah. Dia market dia lagi besar lah. So kita ada vitalist version, kita ada mobile version. So kita start dulu dengan mobile VR ni yang kecil-kecil. Itu cadangan saya. Okay.
Following that, kalau mobile VR, Dr. Azrul, dia punya interaction tu basically vision saja ke dia ada juga manipulation yang boleh?
Dia ada remote dia juga. Saya tunjuk juga.
Okay. Thank you.
Mobile VR the headset ke mobile VR the application?
Dia macam ni yang saya pegang ni.
Dia headset. Okay.
Yang ni RM60 je. Dia ada remote sekali.
Pun kita masukkan dalam tu.
Ya, betul. So control guna ni.
Headset dia.
Kita kontrol gerak semua guna ni. So dia ada
dengan controller tu RM60.
Dah sekali.
RM14.
Beli kat Shopee je.
Beli kat Shopee je.
Sebab dengan saya 360.
Ya, betul. So dia memang okey lah untuk education kan, untuk education ke apa yang simple-simple punya boleh guna mobile. Maksudnya pelajar boleh beli sendiri ni, tak perlu nak B40 ke M40 ke, semua mampu nak beli ni.
Memang kita saja dulu masa tengah terdesak dulu. Memang kita saja sebab kami ada kamera 360. Okay. Kami cadangkan kita rakam walk round ke, rawatan ke klinik ke dan sebagainya. Lepas tu kita share dengan student, lalu jadi dia boleh view pakai handphone mereka lah. Dan tengok pakai headset. Tapi malangnya tidak dapat sambutan lah daripada mana pihak.
Okay.
Sebab tak faham tu Prof. Azmi, sekarang mungkin dah faham dah.
Tiga mahal ke?
RM14 kan?
Yang RM30 pun ada. Tapi better beli yang mahal sikit lah.
Dia yang RM14 tu kena gerak sendiri.
Tu yang tak sedap tu kot.
Good. Ada apa-apa soalan lagi daripada pensyarah-pensyarah kita?
Saya cadangkan sekarang tengah buka Grand Mosti tu, boleh mohon lah, kita boleh link dengan integrasi Erat ni. Dia Grand TED 1, TED 2 tu sesuai tu develop. Sekarang COVID kan, dia banyak nak projek COVID ni.
Yeah, I guess right. And I think what we can do to start, for us is to think about what we want to achieve. Objective kan macam problem statement. And because different model need different kind of experience learning. For example, kalau tadi Prof. Azmi kata yang walk round tu kan is experiential learning more towards viewing, the walk round and the machine. Kalau nak procedural, then lain lah ceritanya kan. So I guess we have to set that kind of what do you want for your teaching first, then from there good to come together and Prof Ismail and Prof Dah dan okay, Hisham dah ada platform.
I got the camera.
So kita dah ada apa idea tu, sekarang is to come and sit down together lah and kalau ada interest. Yeah.
Hisham ada Arman kat situ. Mungkin Arman is my VR expert. Maybe he can share some of his ideas lah about VR because he has more than 20 years in the VR industry lah.
Ya.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saya Arman. Is a VR consultant lah di Integrasi Erat. Okay, saya tertarik dengan apa yang Dr. Azul cakap dengan apa Azmi tadi Okay. Sebenarnya VR ni datang daripada range yang besar, sangat besar. Jadi dia depend how we want to visualize our content dalam VR. Sebagai contoh kat sini macam tadi yang idea daripada Cik Azmi tadi yang mengatakan berkenaan dengan 360 tadi tu kan. Okay. Sebenarnya on the Integrasi Erat, we also have the solution for the 360 movable. Maknanya kita collect all the content dalam 360 punya capturing, and then kita boleh simulatekan dalam virtual environment pun boleh juga. And then tadi kita bercakap soal soal anchor, soal cataract, lepas tu proses operation. Tapi yang saya nak highlight kat sini juga, sebenarnya on the VR dia sangat subjektif. Maksudnya kita boleh juga kalau kita nak VR kan contoh the dialysis punya machine, sebab just sharing sebab my wife was nurse. Jadi waktu dia orang belajar untuk menggunakan dialysis machine tu ada satu macam handicap, mana dia orang tak boleh nak aktif untuk fahamkan mesin dialysis tu. Jadi dalam VR punya konten ni saya nak sebut balik kenapa yang Cik Wira cakap tadi. The beauty of the VR tu how kita develop the content tu sendiri. Sebab content tu adalah jantung kepada VR equipment tu, VR hardware tu. Jadi dekat sini sebenarnya apa yang kita nak sampaikan, kita willing untuk bekerjasama dengan HUKM untuk kita fahamkan objektif yang nak achieve oleh Prof dan para pensyarah semua. Dan daripada situ kita share our expertise on the VR untuk kita develop content tu related to apa yang diperlukan oleh pihak pensyarah ataupun doktor lah, Prof semua. Jadi dekat situ yang betul macam Prof Ismail cakap tadi, mana kita ada satu center untuk kita brainstorm supaya kita spendkan budgetary kita tu kepada efisiensi yang sangat tinggi untuk kita gunakan budgetary kita tu. Maknanya kalau sesuatu yang tak perlukan sesuatu yang very interaktif, just information untuk fahamkan bagaimana dia punya operation theater, macam mana dia punya untuk cuci tangan semua kan. Jadi di situ mungkin tak perlu interaction yang sangat tinggi, just hanya on the virtual 360 di situ ada video dan juga ada model yang sendiri bergerak untuk tunjuk macam mana dia kita nak buat cuci tangan dalam operation theater. Benda tu nampak simple tapi petik pada apa yang Prof Ismail cakap juga tadi. Walaupun simple tapi dia sangat penting untuk knowledge untuk for the newcomer on the medical punya pillar lah. Itu pendapat saya lah, saya nak tambah sikit.
Kalau saya boleh menambah sikit boleh?
Ya.
Okay. Just to share with everyone. Division ni saya tak tahu siapa buat tapi saya buat sendiri. Roughly VR ni saya develop divide into dua. Satu, we're talking about procedure. The other one, we're talking about process. Jadi kalau yang procedure selalunya dia ada banyak interaction yang kadang-kadang orang nak that interaction rather than the process, step A, step B, step C dan sebagainya. The easier one to develop sebenarnya the process yang dahulu. Yang tak perlukan banyak the interaction dan tak perlukan banyak haptic pun sebenarnya. Ataupun tak ada haptic pun tak apa. You have the one and then you can just point, okay, which step go first or this go here, this go there. That is, I call it process. Kalau those yang baru-baru mungkin you can start with that one. I think that's much easy to done and it's actually important. Macam tadi Arman cerita pasal nak mengenal OT, kalau orang lecturer nak buat orientation, saya rasa that actually quite good lah, senang sebenarnya. Later then kalau you want to go into procedure, procedure is something yang again dia ada proses tapi dia ada interaction. Jadi you have to decide. Sama ada kalau you nak buat lebih difficult lah dan lebih apa, mungkin cost dia lebih tinggi kot. But that is actually something we should try and do. Tapi for starters, for that you have your hands on get the feeling first. Mungkin you all can start with the simple processes. Pada saya lah.
Okay. All right. If we don't have any more questions, I think, Prof. Tong, we can wrap up this session, Prof.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Just only minutes.
Okay. So those who want to get more information, you can visit our High Technology Information Lab, HTIL, at Level 3 Nursing Hostel.
Healthcare bukan high. Healthcare Technology Innovation Lab.
Yeah, healthcare. Sorry, HTIL.
High technology tu is active, itu lain sikit.
Okay. Yeah, the visit is on every Thursday, but limited to 5 people only lah. So please.
Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon. Yeah, 2:30. But please register through the link provided in the email first. Yeah. Okay. Once again, I would like to say special thanks to our panelists, Encik Ismawira, Dr. Azrul, for very insightful presentation and discussion. Yeah. And to the rest of our faculty members here, thank you for your time. So I think with that, we end this session. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera.
Salam, thank you all. Bye.
So ada ni QR code untuk kehadiran ni. Terima kasih.
Hisham pakai phone tak boleh scan QR code lah.
Oh.
Prof Ismail boleh bagi you boleh chat bagi nombor matrik, nanti si Zaki akan masukkan.
Okay, alright, nanti.
Okay, thank you.